Hi, my name is Annabelle. I am a social worker at the Trusted Hope facility. Um, I am a case manager within this agency, so I am someone who can provide and connect you with any necessary resources. Can you remind me how to pronounce your name?
Yes, it's Adriana.
Adriana. And then what are your preferred pronouns?
She, her.
She, her. Okay. Is there anything I can do to make you more comfortable?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm okay.
Okay. And then did you get here all right? Did you?
Yeah, I found the building pretty easily.
All right, cool. Are you doing all right today?
I'm okay. I'm nervous. All the
That
stuff
can be
that comes with.
expected. Yeah, when you're talking to
Yeah.
someone new, but I'm gonna try to do everything to make you as comfortable as possible and to make this just feel like a safe, comfortable environment for you to open up and share with me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So today we're gonna discuss your concerns and then see if our agency and if I can assist you with any resources and provide you with assistance for addressing your situation. Um, but before we do that, I have a few policies that I have to explain. Anything that you say to me will be confidential. It'll stay between me and you or anyone else that is on your case. Um, so your written permission is required for anybody to have access to any of the notes taken or anything in your file. This so like if you tell me that you plan to hurt yourself or others, then I have to report that to my supervisor. So there are some instances that cannot be completely confidential, such as suicidal ideation, not ideation, but planning, homicidal planning, or any instances of child abuse. Do you understand that?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, does that sound okay?
Yeah.
All right, that sounds good. So, how can I help you today?
So I've been struggling at home with my husband. It started about 2 years ago at the beginning of the pandemic.
Mhm.
So I'm a waitress and he's a bartender. And when COVID happened, we couldn't go to work anymore. So we just lived off of unemployment there, which really put a strain on our family. We have a 4-year-old son.
Mhm.
Um, and trapped in the home. We have a 2-bedroom apartment, three of us for a while. And then once things started to open back up, people didn't go out to eat or get their hair done. So, we weren't able to access our unemployment, but we still weren't able to work either. So I've been trying to pick up as many shifts as I can to support. And it's just been really hard. And then my husband started drinking during the pandemic, and he started to get kind of aggressive. First, it started verbally, and then just recently it got a little bit more physical. And I tried to hide it from my son as much as I could. Right now, though, it started to kind of be explosive, and I don't know what to do about it. I'm feeling like a lot of it is my fault because he just gets angry at me for it. So I don't know how to stop him. And I can't have it go to my son. So I don't know what to do. And I was hoping that talking to somebody and seeing what supports I could gain from it.
That sounds incredibly troubling. I'm really sorry that you're having to go through that. I want to start by saying that none of this is your fault. Experiencing violence, that is not your fault. Anything that is happening to you right now is not your fault. And I just really want you to be aware of that. He's not hurting your son at all.
No, not
Okay.
at this moment. There's been a couple close instances, but I've been
Mhm.
able to kind of deter it and be the kind of punching bag in the situation. So yeah, it started to get a little worse with my son involved, and I can't have that.
Absolutely. Yeah, your safety and your son's safety are number one priority. How long have you and your husband been together?
We've been together for about 6 years.
6 years. And then you said that the his recent drinking is what started his aggression.
Yeah, so we started drinking about 2 years ago during the pandemic,
Mhm.
just because there was nothing, we were trapped in the house, there was nothing to do. So I didn't worry at first. It was just like, oh, okay, he's letting off steam. And then I think, just all of our financial struggles kind of snowballed, and that's kind of been like his coping, which, I want to help him in, but whenever I try to help him, I'm like, he says that I'm attacking him and things like that.
Mhm. Do you think your husband would be open to talking with anybody?
He might. I haven't broached the conversation with him because I didn't know what my options
Mhm.
were. I would like to talk about how I could talk to him about it.
Absolutely. So that's a tough subject. And again, I'm really sorry that you're having to go through that. Um, but violence is never okay. And I think that his drinking is definitely a huge factor in that. And so I think you should discuss or at least bring up his drinking and at least see if he is aware of the harm that he is putting you in, and just not only the physical but the mental. You seem really upset. I can tell this is really putting a toll on you. You're worried for your own safety as well as your son's. And I can tell that you care about your husband as well. So I'm sure that this is a very tough situation. Do you think that opening up with him and trying to discuss his issues of drinking would be an option that you could take?
I do think that he would be open. I'd have to choose my words carefully,
Yeah.
and my timing carefully. And then so I struggle between going back and forth about being like talking to him about it because that hasn't worked, and then like ultimatums, right? Like finding out like if you don't do this, me and him are gonna have to leave. I don't know how that's gonna, go about with him. So I just kind of I don't know my options.
Okay. Um, so have you ever like considered leaving? Like, is
I
that
I hadn't until the violence got a little more into my son's
Mhm.
knowledge. So
Okay.
just recently I started thinking about that, but I don't know where we would go.
I understand that. So if you were to consider not even leaving permanently, just until maybe he could seek treatment and get help, our agency is in connection with several, well, two domestic violence shelters in our area, and I can get you a referral and help you get into one for a little bit if you ever need that resource. So if you do want to consider the option of leaving, there are definitely routes that we can take to get you and your son set up somewhere safe.
Okay.
So you mentioned the fact that because everything had just reopened due to a global pandemic, that not many people have been wanting to eat. Have y'all considered other means of employment besides restaurant work?
Yeah, I don't have that much education.
Mhm.
And it's difficult because I'm working so much to set up any other interviews. And then like the process of having to get like health insurance and things like
Yeah.
that would have to be up in the air. So I haven't really, I've thought about it, but I haven't actually made a plan to do it because it's a little scary.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that is really scary, just having to change something that you've known and that you've been immersed in for quite some time, just for something different. If you were interested in pursuing, looking for a more stable means of employment, we have job fairs. There are like recruiters for different employment opportunities around our area. So if that is something that you are interested in, we can match your skills and any abilities and try to find you a job that can accommodate your schedule and that could be just more stable for you.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Would that be something you're interested in talking about in
Yeah.
future sessions? All right. Can you tell me a little bit more about your son?
Yeah, so he's 4.
Mhm.
His name is Aiden. He has quite a bit of friends at school. He's very lovely. He's so nice.
Oh,
He's just like the best thing ever. Um, he just recently didn't realize that this was going on, and then he started asking a little bit of questions to me, like, "Oh, we're having breakfast. Like, why was Daddy yelling last night? Mommy, are you okay?" Like, or things like that, which
yeah.
now it's seeping into his day. So I just feel really guilty about that, that not only have I, allowed my husband to do this, but now it's affecting my child, which, now I feel like a terrible mom and a terrible wife all at the same time.
Well, you were definitely not either of those things. You were doing everything in your ability to protect your son. Just from, the short time we've talked, it is very clear that you are a very resilient woman and you are an incredible mother, and you deserve to know that. I'm really sorry that your son is now aware of what's going on, but you are here and we can try to figure out how to stop all of this. I'm really interested in talking with your husband because we can't fix this issue without talking to him. Even if he doesn't want to come here, I can always visit y'all's house. That is an
Okay.
option. We could do a home visit. We can talk where y'all are both comfortable. And I mean, y'all don't have to open up about everything. All of this is just one step at a time. So would you maybe want to, does he know you're here today?
He does not know that I'm here
He does
today.
not know you're here. Okay. Is he at home right now?
Yes,
Is he with Aiden?
he is. Yes.
All right. Is he still finding shifts?
Yeah. So he it's like once in a while because it's whenever people want to just kind of schedule it. So he gets busy on the weekend, but during the week not so much.
That makes sense. Um, so yeah, do you think uh would you want to see a counselor for what you've been experiencing?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Okay, I agree. I think talking to someone would help. I also think that him talking to someone would help, whether it be um, an addiction resource or an anger management resource or something like that. I think we should um, try to figure out a healthy outlet for the both of y'all. So I am going to have to end this session soon, but for now, I just kind of want to recap about what we've discussed.
Mhm.
So when COVID hit, you and your husband lost your jobs for the time being, and you drew unemployment, which kind of put a financial struggle on y'all. And now that the pandemic is a little less crazy, things have opened back up, but because you're in the restaurant industry, um, employment and shifts is still a little hard to come by. During all this, your husband started drinking, and you didn't take issue with the drinking at first. How does the drinking make you feel right now?
I hate it. I actually hate that that's his coping.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's really stressful. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's hard to talk to him too, right? Like, so when someone's inebriated, they don't make sense, and like
Mhm.
it doesn't, yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely. So we talked about the finding stable employment and also the possibility of leaving or just finding a temporary place until maybe he can get some help and better himself. Because it is a dangerous situation, not only for you, but also for your little boy. And that is something that I think everybody needs to take into consideration regarding this. Um, I would love to speak to you and your husband together. And so, if you felt safe enough to approach this subject with him, I think that would be something that could be very beneficial. But at the same time, if you are not comfortable or if you think that that'll put you in danger, then we can discuss that further in the next session.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, I do feel like I can bring up the situation. Talking about it has made me feel a little bit better and understand my options, and that's really what I wanted to do by coming here today.
Absolutely. And again, if that doesn't work out or if he seems reluctant, then we can figure out another option. So I would like to meet with you again, and I'd like to continue meeting with you weekly. So during our next session, um, how about we plan, if your husband is open to it, we can do a home visit in your home and just talk about things together as a group. And if he is not open to that, then we can do me and you the same day, but at our agency.
Okay.
All right, when would work best for you?
I think it would be best if maybe I bring the situation up with him and then we meet, me and you next week and then
Okay,
talk about how we can integrate him in, if that's okay.
that sounds perfect. Absolutely. When would you want to do this?
Probably Wednesday afternoon would be good.
All right. Is 3 p.m. okay?
Yeah, that works.
All right. So before you leave, we're going to go to the front and we can fill out all the confidentiality forms, the consent forms, and any paperwork that we need to do. Does that sound okay?
Yes, thank you.
All right, awesome. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank
You
you.
too.